as well. You know what might be interesting to take a look at, Mike, is the hail swath.
The hail swath, yeah.
Let's see, where is that again? There it is.
There we go. Yeah, you can see that it's moved into this originated back in New York State, and we got a hail swath that's moving pretty much halfway across northern Connecticut right now into Enfield, and in some cases some pretty large hail. And another thing I want to take a look at too is the shear rate. And you can see in this area here where you see the lighter shades of green, we're talking about some shear indicative of, you know, it's kind of a weird sort of a parameter.
Meters per second for.
But the bottom line is, you know, winds are changing direction in this area here, and that's a good indication of a circulation. You can actually take a look at what's called the shear swath, and you can see that that's been moving all across northern Connecticut. We're going to clear that out for you, get back into the reflectivity mode, and the suspicious part of this storm. We're going to zoom in on that for you one more time. Let's do a steady zoom. And you can see right over Lang Road in Pequannock, State Highway 20, South Elm Street. This is all closing in on you right now, Pequannock Avenue. I'm very familiar with that area as I lived in Pequannock for a couple of years. And there you see the shift to the east.
Going right over Windsor Locks and right where the highway crosses the river. That's the area to avoid.
Can we get a live shot of Bradley International once again, whenever you get a chance? Okay. And right, you know, things should be pretty intense, even more intense than what we saw a little while ago. There's Bradley International Airport at the moment, where the rain is coming down very hard. You can see reducing the visibility. The winds don't look horribly strong in that particular shot, but you can guarantee that you have strong winds in and around Windsor Locks at the moment with that circulation moving on in.
And we've got another shot from Winstead showing what's going on out there too, because the storms continue to the west, and you can see just the inundation of rain. You know, again, this is our weather tracker going into it. You can see a lot of people commuting in that area, and this is the time when people are going home, and it's going to be a tough one, especially if you're in northern Connecticut and northwestern Connecticut.
Okay, let's take a look at a statewide perspective to see what's going on elsewhere in the state, and we have a lot of big thunderstorms that are moving into eastern New York, right toward western Connecticut.
And you can see that a lot of shear markers too, especially on the leading edge of some of these storms. You're going to get some of that frontal gust coming out of that storm. You know, as some of that cold air that's way up high in the sky just rushes down, sometimes you get these downbursts and creates some really strong wind. The
other spot that we're watching here, where you're seeing the red shear marker, is right there near Goshen. There are some signs that there might be rotation in there. We'll take a look at the velocity. We are seeing some turning in the wind, where you see the green and the reds. That is indicative that the wind is blowing in one direction and over a short distance blowing in the other direction. So that's happening right there. So we're going to be waiting to see if that actually develops into a tornado warning. But it's a very suspicious thunderstorm moving right into Goshen and East Cornwall at the moment.
And you know, one of the things is as this, we will see somewhat of a transition into more of a line of storms. We're already seeing that, and sometimes you can get the circulations out ahead of the storm, creating small tornadoes on the front of the line. And when you have lines like this, what we've been looking at before is the classic one where you have the supercell and the storm, the tornado is in the south or southwest corner. But sometimes with these lines, just because of the change in the tilt in the wind, you can actually have some of these tornadoes come out and almost the leading edge when you talk about straight line wind events like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're looking at this line that's rapidly closing in on Fairfield County and also Litchfield County, and it's moving to the east-southeast, probably at least 40 miles an hour, which means that, you know, if you live in places like Sherman and also, you know, Danbury, New Milford, you can expect these storms to be getting into your area between now and let's say around 5 to 5:15 this afternoon, if not even earlier than that. And these are associated with some shear markers too. So, you know, like you said, Mike, even in this line, there could be some tornado warnings, even though it's kind of showing more.
And there is one in eastern New York, you can see, and you can, for that cell there. I don't know my geography very well along the Hudson River. I know that's well north of West Point, but I don't know, you know, what skill. There are a bunch of skills: peak skill, this skill, that skill. I don't know which skill it's near.
Well, that's a very, very, that's a tornado warning right there for sure.
fish kill. Fish kill.
Fish kill. Yep.
Our fish kill, that is.
Going toward Beacom, Pauling, there's a tornado warning. So if that should continue to move eastward, as we were just talking about moments ago, then the areas under the gun in western Connecticut would be Sherman. You can see that tornado warning goes right up to the border of Connecticut into Pauling. And, you know, if this were translated eastward, then New Milford and Sherman and Washington, you really got to look out. You're already under a severe thunderstorm warning. But that very strong storm appears to be heading in your direction. We're going to go back onto a statewide view and into that storm in northern Connecticut that has the tornado warning attached to it, right up there toward Bradley International Airport. We're still getting some gusty winds and signs of some very large hail. How big is the hail now? Well, we've seen it as large as. And we just heard word that at the airport they have instructed people to stay away from the windows, which is a okay,
very wise
great
thing to do.
idea.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Stay away from any glass. Get into the interior portion of the room and play it very, very safe. And you're right about the hail. I mean, we had reports in the Schenectady area of New York where the hail actually did break some windows. So. And I tend to wonder if that was coming along with the wind, because sometimes it's when you have the hail in a wind where, you know, you look at pictures of what hail can do. It can take off siding and things like that. It's just amazing how damaging it can be, especially if it's in a wind. Okay, let's take a look at what kind of hail we're dealing with. I got to go into the pixel query mode. And you can see about 1.5 inch diameter hail ranging down to about a 1/2 inch diameter hail. And that's happening up around Enfield and Windsor locks at the moment. Although I wouldn't let our guard down completely, there has been sort of a happy development with the circulation with that storm. It seems to be weakening quite a bit. The one that was close to Windsor locks just a few minutes ago. Still got a tornado warning on it. You can still see broad circulation there, but the couplet isn't as tight. We look for the really deep reds and the bright greens to be very close together, but when they're broadening like that, where there's sort of this river of that gray in between, it doesn't mean to let your guard down, but it does mean maybe it's going through one of its cycles where it's weakened some, and you know, it's just giving us a little bit of a break. Let's hope so. You know, still we're dealing with a severe thunderstorm, and that in itself is pretty nasty for sure. But we got a lot going on off to our west. I keep clicking on that one button and keep showing severe, the severe thunderstorm warning. When you got so many options, it's like you wind up having 50 at once when you click one button. You know, it's tremendous having this technology, though. It's like being a kid in a candy shop where you have this technology, and you know, you're looking at you know, shear markers and skits and everything, what the radars are seeing, what you know, our radar provider Barron is also providing us with very unique skits to this area here. And it's just loaded with information, and there's so many things to look at. So the other storm that we're watching, not only the one that's up in the Northwest Hills, you know, Salisbury and you know, those areas there around Goshen, they're getting hit again. You know, I'm kind of wondering how much rain they've had up there. We're going to take a look at that in a little while, because that's the other you know, possibility with these storms is you know, some flooding on roadways. As
Flash flooding, yeah. Pointing
out earlier, do not drive through a flooded roadway. You don't know how swift it is, because water doesn't move. You know, when it moves slowly, it's amazing still how much power it has. And when you don't have that much water, but yet if it is moving, how much power it is. I mean, just think about it when you take your finger and you put it on the hose, and that water just shoots, and you feel the pressure on your thumb. I don't know if you've ever done that with your garden hose, but it's just the power of water is just amazing. It's tremendous. You know, in various ways, not only in flooding, but the power of this is water vapor. All this is water. It's creating condensing all this right out of the atmosphere. Stuff. We got a situation in Winston, I'm told. People are being turned away from Walnut Street due to downed power lines on Walnut Street, as that severe thunderstorm downed trees and power lines earlier this afternoon. So we got the weather tracker, and Jamie, who's in the weather tracker? Patricia Del Rio is our reporter in the weather tracker. There you can see it's still raining, and they're heading up toward the damage area, but evidently they're turning people away from the Walnut Street area because of downed power lines. And of course, if you come across those, don't go anywhere near them. No, yeah, because there's a field, there's an electric field that goes well beyond the actual wire. So if you even get close and you just happen to step in two areas that have a differential in charge, it can go through you. So that's why you have to stay far, far away from any down line. It's good advice. You don't want to mess around with that. And, you know, this is probably happening in other parts of the state as well. So let's go back into the storm that did have the tornado warning attached to it. And we're nearing the end of the time period, 4:30, when it's supposed to expire. And they may decide to let it go. We got Torrington in the box next to the radar there. There you can see ominous looking clouds. We've seen a lot of these pictures coming in this afternoon, dark clouds.
Really heavy rain there just north of town.
You know, we had some weather watchers say, you know, this looks like the kind of sky that we had back in 1989, of course, when we had the powerful tornadoes move through western portions of...
Is that Bantam-Hamden?
Yes, yeah. That area there. So threatening skies in Torrington, and it does look, you know, on Doppler that you have some threatening weather to the west of you. There we got Torrington centered in conjunction with the live shot there, and you can see that the bad weather is still off to your north and west, rapidly moving in your direction. So if you live in Torrington, you're going to get hit once again with another severe thunderstorm very soon.
Yeah, and it's the concern with those, at least right now, it appears, would be strong straight-line wind and large hail. And we've certainly seen already, especially the hail, at least we've seen some good signature of that. I don't know about reports on wind with any of this yet, if we've gotten that. But I don't know, could you switch it over to velocity mode to see if we're seeing anything? Because, yeah, I mean, there would definitely be straight-line wind with this. You know, if that can come down from aloft, then, you know, as that comes into Torrington, I'd be prepared for some gusts with the rain as the rain starts.
We're not seeing much of a couplet there. There is some signs of rotation aloft. There could be a funnel cloud potentially there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that situation as well. So let's go back to the reflectivity. And that very heavy thunderstorm extends westward right into Sharon and Kent. And I'm really concerned about what's going on in eastern New York too, Mike. You know, we're going to widen out the shot. And, you know, this particular storm, we'll kind of focus in on that. And Scott, you're pretty familiar with New York State.
Yeah, Orange County, Putnam County, all of the lower Hudson Valley, right up through, we're getting reports of exits and exit ramps, closed on I-87, the New York State Thruway. We're getting reports of 2-inch size hail coming out of parts of Westchester County.
Wow. So there you can see the circulation, this area here, Fishkill Plains, on to Arthur'sburg, Clove Valley, Beacom, Greenhaven. These are all under a tornado warning at the moment. And, you know, the thing is, this tornado warning abuts western Connecticut. We'll take it right up to our border, and you can see, you know, just to the west of Gaylordsville, New Milford, and Sherman, the tornado warning is in effect. So that storm is heading your way. If you live in that part of the state, I would seek shelter right now, because that storm is going to be on top of you before you know it.
Okay. I guess we have Roger live at the airport.
Yeah, Roger Suzanne is live at the airport. Why don't we check in with Roger and see what he's got to say. Roger, how are you? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you, Scott. And we are in the short-term parking garage here at Bradley Airport, and you might be wondering, why the heck are we here? Our plan was to park in here and then go inside and show everybody the massive amounts of cancellation and delays that people are dealing with. But you can see instead the weather has scuttled that plan. Right now, the rain is falling pretty hard. We've seen a whole lot of lightning as well in this area, and we've been told that folks inside Bradley Airport have been told to stay away from windows, and there are more than 20 cancellations and delays. There's also a bit of a mess here inside the parking garage, and that is because just within the last couple of minutes, they actually opened this garage back up. A few moments ago, the garage was completely full and was closed. They actually weren't letting people leave the garage because they were concerned about this weather. And you can see that now there's still a pretty long line of cars leaving the parking garage right now. So it's just a total mess, both inside this parking garage and outside. The weather was worse really in the last 10 to 15 minutes here, at least in terms of the rain and the lightning, but even just within the last few minutes, we're hearing some rumbling. So if you are planning to come out here to Bradley Airport, first of all, don't drive if you don't have to. And the other thing is, check online, because right now, again, we are dealing with more than 20 cancellations and delays, and those numbers could go up. So very likely, if you're planning to pick someone up here at the airport, they may not be here yet. And if you are planning to fly out tonight, it certainly does not look very good. Reporting live here at the airport, outside the airport, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Roger, I got a question for you. We saw a very ominous looking picture a little while ago that Almost to us looked like there might be a circulation, a tornado touching down on the ground. It could have been rain too. Has there been any reports of damage in and around the Bradley International Airport area that you know of?
Bruce, we have not heard any reports of damage near the airport or around the airport at this point, but we have been told that passengers and travelers inside the airport, or earlier they were being told to stay away from windows. So we can take a look out.
Yep.
You're obviously the expert, Bruce and Scott and Mike, and take a look at the sky out there. And I don't know if there's anything that you can tell from looking out at that sky, as you can see that it's
Roger, it's ominous enough that they've just evacuated the air traffic control tower, and they have suspended all flights now out of Bradley. They're actually concerned for the safety of their employees in the air traffic control tower, so they're bringing them out of there, and they just want to let everybody know that now air traffic is now suspended coming in and out of Bradley, because there's nobody to take the planes in or out, which is a good thing. They're protecting their employees, which is an excellent idea.
And, you know, believe it or not, there's another thunderstorm heading in that direction. The one that, you know, caused all the heavy rain, the lightning and everything, that is beginning to depart Windsor Locks, or it will very, very soon. But we got another storm out around Barkhamsted that may very well affect the Windsor Locks area soon, as these storms are just moving at a speed of about 40 to 50 miles an hour.
And a lot of lightning with these too. That's what we were saying before. That's one of the other dangers. So, you know, you may think that, oh, let's go out and see what's going on. You know, lightning can actually strike well ahead of the storm. So it doesn't necessarily have to be raining and you can have lightning strikes. It can come out of the anvil. It can, they say, as far as 10 miles away from a storm.
Wow. Absolutely.
So
that's why I say, as soon as you hear thunder, you go inside. You don't wait till the storm is right on top of you. I've seen in the past when, you know, my kids were playing ball, you know, we'd try to get that final inning in, when the storm is right on top of you, then you go running for shelter. That's not the right thing to do. You want to get off the field right away.
Yeah. So this is going to be quite an event, because we still have a lot to the west. You know, there may be, I don't know that we have an active tornado warning in Connecticut right now. It doesn't look like it. Have we gone past 4:30?
Yes,
we have. Yep.
Okay. So we certainly don't have that anymore.
We've been on air a long time.
Not that long. But we do have these severe thunderstorm warnings, and you can see why, because we do have this line of thunderstorms that not only presents the chance and the likelihood of very heavy rain and frequent lightning, but also the straight line wind concern is there, where we're talking about wind that goes in a straight line out of the storm. There was discussion, as we said earlier on today, of the possibility of up to 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of this. That's hurricane force wind that can cause damage, that can send things flying all on their own. And then the other thing, of course, and we've seen it, is the hail. We've ground truthed it. People have shown us pictures, and these storms are taking those hailstones and they're throwing them up and down, up and down, up and down, and making them large, and then throwing them on the ground. And in some cases, hail has been as large as 1.75 inches, which is pretty large.
And something you don't see too often is, you know, we'll take a look at the hail swath. And look at that. You know, this all originated in eastern New York, went across Salisbury on up into Enfield. So that is a large swath of hail. Again, you don't see something like that too often. That means that this storm is producing, you know, hail from more than halfway across northern Connecticut.
And a lot of it in big hail, too.
Big hail, too. So these storms that we're watching now for Fairfield County, you know, so far Fairfield County has not really gotten hit by any thunderstorms. This has all been in northern Connecticut, but we got these storms in eastern New York that are going to be affecting Fairfield County very soon as they're moving off to the east-southeast. We'll put this all into motion, Mike, and I know you wanted to say something, but while we're looking at that, you know, you could see the rapid motion of these storms, and herein lies the danger. There's rapid winds moving these storms along. These storms are pulling those high wind speeds right down to the ground and causing damaging wind gusts.
All right. I guess the sky, let's see, call for the Hartford Skyline.
Okay, let's take a look at the, let's see if we can take a look at the Hartford Skyline cam. All right.
All right.
These storms were not in Hartford yet, but they're closing in from the north and west. Yeah, there you can see.
And that is an ominous look to the sky.
Yeah.
You don't see the skyline. You know, you think, what happened to Hartford? Well, there's a lot of haze out ahead of these storms. There's a lot of humidity as that warm and humid air is fed into them. And so when you've got that sort of sinking and sitting in the air, you get days like this where it's just obscured. Notice how the camera is shaking in the wind, too. So out ahead of these storms, there's probably a pretty good flow of that humid air on that wind.
Well, let's take a look at Doppler, early warning pinpoint Doppler, and you can see that these storms are closing in on the Hartford area very quickly. There's nothing going on in Hartford now, but you take a look just off to the north and west, and you can see right there in New Hartford and Barkhamsted, there is a severe thunderstorm that will likely have hail and damaging winds moving to the east-southeast right into a Simsbury. Simsbury, you're going to get hit again with yet another thunderstorm. This is moving toward Bloomfield. Okay, there's Simsbury right there. And
yeah, that's really tough.
Yep. So if you're seeing that sky, please, please, please go inside. You don't want to be outdoors because that storm is moving rapidly in your direction. It's going to be in your area within just a matter of minutes. As you can see, it's closing in so fast on Simsbury, Bloomfield, Windsor. So areas, you know, it's ironic that some areas that have had hail and also damaging winds are getting hit for a second time.
And sometimes with severe weather events, that really does happen because the atmosphere really doesn't, you know, iron itself out quite right away. And you know, we talked about how the thunderstorm cycle, sometimes they go in two different stages. One is where you have those individual cells, those supercells first, and then it becomes more of a line of them with the second round, and that seems to be the transition we're going through now.
And it's so important, once again, to download that app. You know I keep re-emphasizing it, but if you lose your power, which so many people in the state are losing their power, at least you've got the technology and you've got all the information in the palm of your hand. So
you can live stream this.
Live stream it too. What's that, Denise?
Hartford Skyline?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty ominous.
Yeah, it's closing in fast. Quite often you will see the dark clouds in advance of a thunderstorm, and then it looks like it lightens up behind it. That's where your real heavy rain is coming down. And that is moving in on Hartford, not at a good time. We are right in the thick of the afternoon rush hour. So, you know, if you're in a building, in an office building in Hartford, and you're seeing that coming your way, I would just stay put.
Get away from the windows.
Get away from the windows and stay put and let this storm ride out. You might be home a little bit late for dinner, but it's better to be stuck in the office for a little while longer than to be out on the roadways and what's about to come your way.
That's right, you know, and maybe you have that extra project you need to get done. Maybe you make headway on that before you head home.
Yeah, that storm is moving rapidly toward Hartford for sure. And, you know, that's an extensive storm. It goes from Barkhamsted to New Hartford, and Bloomfield is going to get hit. We're getting Warren and Goshen. You got a very heavy, severe thunderstorm in your area. Dennis?
Viewer question.
Sure.
Should you leave your windows open or closed during a tornado warning?
Closed.
And I would, you know what? If there's a tornado warning, I think I would just do my safety plan. I mean, you know, to waste, if there were a tornado coming and you're wasting your time opening or closing windows, you know, I think, you know, unless you got a few minutes and you don't want your drapes wet, I don't know. I'd be inclined to.
Well, you know, years ago, we were people were told that you might want to open up windows to equalize the pressure.
From one side, to equalize the pressure,
right?
Move it from one side to the other.
But the wind is what destroys the house.
Exactly. It's not the pressure difference.
Keep the windows closed.
Keep the windows closed and stay away from them.
I would say, yeah, I just wouldn't bother. You know?
Yep. You want to stay away from those windows. You don't want to be anywhere near glass during strong wind events. We've already heard of glass being broken by hail and strong winds. So there you have a statewide view. Look at, we've got almost half the state, if not half the state, under a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's kind of take a look at those. First of all, right here, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. That's for Hartford, Tolland counties until 4:45. You know what? That's probably going to be extended because there's so much more off to the west. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Fairfield County until 5 o'clock. Southern Litchfield County until 5 o'clock as well. So we have, you know, at least 3, if not more, active severe thunderstorm warnings. At the moment, no tornado warnings for Connecticut. I cannot see, and you know, that tornado warning that was in effect for, I still see it.
I still see it.
Yeah, I still see it.
And it's rather large. I mean, it extends for a good chunk of area, too, so.
It's this particular storm right here. Let's kind of clear this out a little bit. This particular storm right here that has a tornado warning attached to it in eastern New York, but that storm near Beekman moving into Pauling, it's kind of losing some signs of the rotation. We'll check out the velocity because this may eventually become a concern for New Milford and Bridgewater. You can see that, you know, we're not seeing much rotation at the moment with this particular storm, but it's not to say that these storms will not produce damaging winds as they make their way into New Milford. Look how close they are to the western border.
I think Litchfield County, I see
yes,
red.
There's a tornado warning. Okay, we have another tornado warning. Let's see what that one's all about. Tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warning, but there's also a tornado warning.
You see the red there, right?
Yes, I do.
I'm not going crazy.
Nope.
Let's see. You want me to see if I can find something? Hold on.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's... Okay, tornado warning in effect until 5:15, and it may not be necessarily for that particular storm. Let's widen this out.
Yeah.
Okay, there we have it. It's this particular storm right here that has...
It would be in northern Fairfield County, northern New Haven County.
Northern New Haven County, okay.
And it's because of that feature there.
Okay, wow. Okay, so that would include Brookfield, Danbury, Oxford, maybe Seymour, Middlebury, Waterbury, Naugatuck, Meriden, Wallingford, and that seems to be about the eastern extent of the tornado warning right now. So there's a large chunk of northern Fairfield County and northwestern New Haven County, very populated area, that is under a tornado warning right now until 5:15 this afternoon. And evidently it must be due to this particular storm right here.
Check, oh, so we'll see, you can see it.
Yep,
sort of
okay.
balling now. So,
yep, we're starting to see a little bit of a hook developing perhaps right. Yeah, that's kind of hard to pin. Let's actually take a look at the velocity mode because we want to get this right.
There.
Right there, okay. A little bit of a rotation going on just to the south of Patterson, and that just moved into Brookfield. So that storm is moving eastward very quickly. That is the reason for the tornado warning.
Candlewood Lake, if you get friends on Candlewood Lake and they're not tuned to the TV, make sure they are. Brookfield and points east from there. I-84 too, pretty close to the Housatonic River.
Yeah, the Housatonic River, yep. Danbury, you're actually going to get some pretty nasty weather very soon. And again, it's coming at such a bad time of the day, right during the afternoon drive home.
Northern Fairfield County tornado warning?
We do.
Okay.
Northern Fairfield County.
I just want to quickly look at the correlation coefficient.
And northwestern New Haven County.
Okay. All right, we'll go back to that.
There you go. Okay, that tells a pretty good story right there.
That
so
does.
it has moved into western Connecticut. And, you know, before it was northern Connecticut that was really catching it badly. Now this, the tail end of this line is moving into Fairfield County.
Yeah, should we go into some street level and see?
Yeah,
see who
let's
might
go
be
right in. We'll take a zoom in. And that's the beauty of this, is that we can get right down into the neighborhoods. And we're going to get right into the area of Brookfield and New Fairfield. As you can see, we get more and more detail as we go in closer and closer. So Fairfield Drive, Columbia Drive,
Bear Mountain Road.
Yep.
The Candle Lake Road. So Candlewood Lake, you know, is definitely in this.
Yeah.
In and into Brookfield.
You can see how fast this storm is moving.
You see the curl with that.
Yep. Let's go a little bit further to the north with that, and take a look at some of the velocities that are going on with it. Here we go. There's a little bit of rotation there.
Pretty close to Route 39.
Yep. It doesn't appear to be very strong, but evidently it's strong enough to you know, issue a tornado warning. Let's widen out just a little
see what
bit.
else we can see.
And you know, maybe perhaps we're looking at another part of the storm that might be suspicious as well. No, that appears to be the one part of the storm that may have the circulation that the National Weather Service and we're concerned about.
I think if you're in southern Litchfield County too, I'd be on guard as well, because you know, it looks like some of that circulation could at least, you know, hug it, especially just north of Brookfield.
Okay, there you have it. That's the reflectivity mode, which shows how intense the rain is. And you know, these storms are going to be capable of putting down an inch or two of rain in a very short period of time. So, you know, not only are we dealing with gusty winds, we're dealing with heavy rain and even some hail mixed in. So it's not a time to be out on the roadways, not a time to go out and let's go park and watch the storm come in. You don't want to be doing that. The safest place to be is in a sturdy building, an office building, your house, inside and away from any windows, away from any storm doors or storm windows that may be metal. You want to be far away from the exterior portion of your house. You know, a lot of us have cell phones, but there might be some people that still have a phone that's, you know, attached to the wall and a wire. You don't want to be on that. I mean, I know we're going back to the dark ages, but, you know.
Look, southern Litchfield County was included now, so I wondered about that.
There you go.
In the
Right.
tornado warning. And
In the
when's that
tornado
till?
warning.
Is
That
still till
tornado
5:50?
warning is in effect until 5:30
now.
Oh,
Okay.
5:30, okay.
Okay, there you have it. 5:30, tornado warning for southern Litchfield County, and that we're going to take a little closer look. That
Bridgewater,
includes,
Woodbury, Middlebury, even Watertown is in this.
Watertown, yeah.
Wolcott's in this, downtown Waterbury, and yeah, if you're in Waterbury, I'd be paying close attention to this. There are a lot of people in Waterbury.
Yeah, and not to say, well, that area is already under a severe thunderstorm warning, and who knows how this storm is going to survive as it moves toward Waterbury. You can see it's moving very, very fast. We got a radar update right there. It's the heaviest part of the storm. The core of the what appears to be hail is now right on the Connecticut and Massachusetts border, and we're looking at, you know, dual pole hail. We'll also take a look at what we call the Barron button to see what's going on with that storm right now. Yeah, that's there's a lot going on in this storm right here. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. In the yellow, we're dealing with winds of 80 miles an hour. And, you know, we said there could be hurricane force winds, and the reason being is that there's such strong winds aloft. Think of a thunderstorm as a giant mixing machine. Whatever is unequal in the atmosphere it tries to make equal by mixing things out. So it can grab high wind speeds aloft, which are blowing at a ferocious speed, and bring them right down to the ground in the form of powerful wind gusts.
Yeah, but that's yeah. So I would definitely, if you're in that area, Kentwood Lake and just points east, it's tornado precaution time.
Okay, so Bridgewater, New Milford, Woodbury, you're under the tornado warning. Again, I want to let you know what time that's in effect until 5:30 this afternoon. As long as there's active tornado warnings in the state, we're not going anywhere. It's our job to keep you safe. And
Can you take WeatherBug? I've got a time lapse of Litchfield.
Oh, sure.
You can see how quickly the conditions deteriorate there. I've got on a constant loop, so you can, I mean, just so quickly, like we go from like sunny skies right there.
There you go.
And then watch this at the end.
Whoa.
I mean, just some really turbulent weather pushing into Litchfield. Here we go again. We'll just play it one more time for you. And you can see there, just boom.
You know, I don't see anybody out